Babwebanter, Babwebanter.
Hey guys, welcome to Babwebanter. It is the craziest show coming out of Zimbabwe right now. We're covering all local, national, international news, all happening on this show. My name is Robbie Durant, and a reminder, make sure that you follow us on our social media pages, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Talking about tonight's show, we are packing a massive, massive punch. We've got a karate champion, we've got a mixed martial arts champion. Skyla Greenwood, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Good, good. Maddie, my boy?
Yeah, you forgot to mention me, Rob. What's going on there?
What are you in the middle, Maddie? How
Yeah,
you doing?
you know, here I am. I'm the OG's champion boxer. I'll meet everyone there on Friday night. Hopefully
Lewis?
one of the refs.
Porcupine, Mataya, how are you?
Oh, good, Matt.
Good, good.
Rob.
Right, you got me right this time.
Nailed it this time.
Right, we're going to be unpacking what these incredible athletes are doing. Matt, I think it's quite exciting to have the athletes of their capabilities. We were talking a little bit about off-air, how difficult it is for them in their sport where they're just not getting that traction and not getting enough exposure.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to tell us. But yeah, it's very hard in Zimbabwe for people in their sort of, categories to get people to follow them. And obviously the sport is small here. It's growing around the world massively, both of them. And let's hope they can gain some traction and hopefully get some, people following them from our show.
Well, Babwebanter is about that here in Zimbabwe, exposing people that need to get that exposure. We do know that our bodybuilders are heading to the Arnold Classic this weekend. We just want to wish you boys all the best. Lewis, starting with you, 8 fights, 8 wins. Talk about it.
It kind of feels good to when you said, Rob.
It sounds
8
damn
wins,
good, man.
8-fight winning streak. I mean, in the UFC, you don't get that a lot. Even in amateurs, you don't get it a lot. People who win 8 straight fights in MMA. But through hard work and dedication, I did it. And I'll continue to do it. My goal is to beat Khabib's
league are
record.
you fighting in? Is it flyweight?
Lightweight.
Lightweight.
What's your goal with mixed martial arts in Zimbabwe? Tell us a little bit about the challenges that you have in Zimbabwe.
My goal is to be the world champion. Not only in Africa, I've already conquered Africa.
Brilliant.
The goal is to go to the Worlds and win. In the big leagues, the UFC, PFL, One Championship, all the big leagues. My goal is, by winning, I put Zimbabwe on the map. That's my goal.
What were you fighting in when you went to Zambia? What was the class or the fighting club?
So the promotion is Fist of Valor, Zambia National League, Zambia National Fight League. It's one of those up-and-coming promotions here in Africa, and they are doing really well.
Okay.
They're doing amazing there in Zambia.
And Kumara Usman has an up-and-coming fight club coming out of Nigeria. Which will be quite exciting.
I heard, I've never seen it, I heard it's amazing, looks well organized. They just have one problem, they don't have me there. They don't have an exciting fighter there.
Well, I suppose they will, because if he's got the money that they're hoping to put behind it, and UFC do end up going there, which is one of their corner flags to get done. They want to do Africa this year. Let's hope if they do an event there, you get an invite, eh? That would be great for you.
Well, I'm a hard worker, Matt. I work hard. If they need a show, not only do I work hard in the ring and in training, I train myself to speak, to, communicate with people, the media and all that. They want the next Conor McGregor. They need to call me.
Mm-hmm.
They need to give me that call.
That's it.
Well, currently you're the International Mixed Martial Arts Federation African champion.
Yes, that was last year. I managed to beat guys. The championships were there in Joburg, and there were guys from Nigeria, Angola, South Africa. I was the sole representative there from Zimbabwe.
Wow.
And I fought guys from Namibia. Yeah.
And we have one guy in the UFC at the moment that's from Zimbabwe.
Yes, Temba.
Yeah, and he had his first fight, and unfortunately he lost. But I think that happens. So I think he'll come back with a vengeance on his next one. Let's hope. He's a very nice guy as well.
Amazing.
He's
guy.
not in your weight class?
No, he's a weight class above.
Above you, yeah.
And
but
besides,
you know him?
Yeah, I know Temba. I know Temba.
Yeah.
He's Yeah.
So it's good for our country so that people know, and you're not the first that to go into UFC. But let's hope that he opens the door for you and that people will notice. And obviously, it might be a bit easier for you to get in now that people know who Zimbabwe is as far as UFC is concerned.
Yes,
Yeah?
it's good to have that that green and red flag over there.
Yeah,
You're
very
gonna
good.
see more of that.
Yeah.
Lewis,
because of
you
me.
ranked number 1 in Africa.
Yes.
And number 7 in the world. So your comments about being the world champion, you're not far off. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, so your aspirations, I mean, as Zimbabweans, we're right behind you.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Rob.
Rob.
You guys look so
on doing
alike.
Right. Listen, we just want to wish you all the best. I think it's going to be incredible. We are definitely going to be following you. When you become the world champion, you're back on Babwebanter, and you have to come here, and we're going to certainly support
that's
you.
a promise.
There's a couple of things. If anyone wants to do MMA, you've got your own gym,
Yes.
and that's called?
It's called SBG.
Yeah.
It's an international franchise. I'm sure everybody knows Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
When you see him fighting, he always has this logo. We are from the same gym.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was
Okay.
trained in SPG Cape Town. My coach flies to SPG Island quite often to train there. So all the techniques, just watch how I fight. It's just
Have you tried his whiskey?
no.
I have. and then to go back to your logo, your personal logo, which is the
Porcupine brand,
Porcupine,
the
yeah.
Zimuto brand. So it's I'm sure you know all the Shona people, we have totems.
Yes.
So I've decided to use my name as my brand.
Brilliant.
You know, my totem is my brand. So now you can get fight shorts, you can get punching bags, you can get shin pads, T-shirts, everything that are branded Porcupine Mataya with that logo.
Lewis, we're right behind you, brother.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Skyla, now chatting to you. Tell us about your journey with karate, and you're now sitting on brown belt, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
I'm on my first Q brown belt, so it's the last brown belt before you're black.
Okay, so we're talking a little bit off air. It's difficult to get to there.
It's very difficult
Tell
to
us a
get
little bit
there.
about the journey on that.
So when you first start out, it's pretty easy and it seems to move quite fast because between your white and bluish belt, blue, purple, you get them every few months. So you think like you're getting there quite fast, but then the moment you hit blue belt, suddenly it's taking like a whole year in
Takes
between
time.
belts, and then
Okay, so you're on brown belt now. Once you get the black belt, does everyone like take like 2 steps back away from you and say, "Ish, be careful"?
I should hope so.
I think even at brown
Yeah.
belt, Rob,
I
it's
think
quite
brown
hectic.
belt as well. Eh?
Yours particular type of karate, what is
Yeah,
that?
so I do Kimura Shukokai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does that mean in respect to?
So Kimura Shukokai was actually a person, and he created this style based off of other styles.
Not the snake or
No. No.
the crab.
No. So he took what he knew and he just interpreted it differently and found other ways of doing things.
And does it
yeah.
work on strikes in certain positions?
Yeah, we have lots of different positions. Lots
I
of
mean,
different,
like, so your
yeah.
points. So your points is that how it works? So, or is it basically to just knock the person off?
No, it's on points.
It's
yeah.
on points, yeah.
It's on
yeah.
points.
So a headshot is like more than a side
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
And
Like a
leg
head
shot,
point's normally like 2 points.
yeah.
Then like normal chest is 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a leg shot is half or something
No.
like that.
So it depends. A normal kick is just worth 1, but a kick to the head is actually worth 2.
Okay,
Also,
all right.
yeah.
Skyla, just checking now, you're going to World Champions
Yes.
Championships in July in
Town.
Cape Town. Best city, I think, in the world.
Maybe.
What are you expecting? I mean, that must be quite a daunting, but are you going in very positive?
I'm trying to go in very positive. Obviously, it's terrifying. I mean, there's going to be people from all over the world there, and it's huge. And I've heard so many stories of all the people going, so it's very scary, but I just have to push myself to do it.
Can you prep and see what opponents you're going to be up against? Video footage or whatever it is? Are you prepped like that?
There is quite a bit like that, but you never know what you're going to go up against on the day because I am quite young. there's new people joining all the time, so I don't really
So you
know.
got to get the porcupine inside you to come out, eh?
Well, we're talking off air, silent but violent, which is,
Yeah.
which is very cool.
And if anyone wants to learn karate, you've got a gym that you train at?
Yeah,
or
or a
it's
dojo, yeah.
dojo, yeah?
Yeah, I do. It's in Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
Wolverine's dojo.
And do they get a hold of you, or who would they get a hold of if they need any
Probably
help?
my sensei would be the best, Sensei
Okay.
Ashley Kate Davidson.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're talking as well about kids that also maybe want to get into
Yeah.
karate. Can you highlight the opportunities for kids in Zimbabwe?
Our dojo is Wolverine's dojo, and then we have a smaller dojo for younger kids called Wolverine's Cubs. But it's still the same sensei, but I also help teach.
Brilliant. Okay, so you are going to world champions. You are going to be a world champion. We just
Yes,
got to
you
say
are.
good luck to Skyla and to Lewis. We have now got a very interesting Babwebanter. We're going to be selecting one of our co-hosts, and they're going to get kicked in the shins, hopefully. No, we're going to be
I'll
checking
prefer
out.
the
Maddie,
face.
can you just explain what we're
Yeah,
doing?
well, I think Rob, what we'll try and do is we're gonna have a 30-second thing to see who can throw the most short kicks in 30 seconds, and we'll count them out and see who wins between
Are you
karate, MMA, and
Boxing.
me, and,
Cool.
and a presenter.
And one of our presenters is going to be holding the bag. I think his
I
name's...
choose to kick JJ without the bag.
Who do we choose? Monashe.
Let's see how it goes. We'll go. We're
We're going to be coming back
going
with Babwebanter. Stay tuned. The most kicks in 30 seconds by these legends. All three. Maddie's stepping up again this week. It's coming up after the break. Right, our presenters Babwe Challenge is now up. We've got our legends of world champs all going through to Cape Town. The man just got back. It is happening right now, the speed challenge, which means that we're going to try and kick, or he's going to kick this bag for 30 seconds. We're going to count how many they kick. Okay, right. Are you ready?
Let's do it. I was born ready.
Get set, go! 1, 2,
Holy
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
damn!
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Go for it!
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Oh!
31, 32, 37, 38,
Oh, it's going strong.
41, 42,
10 seconds to go. 10 seconds.
47, 48, 48, 49, 50.
He wants to be a world champion. 4 seconds. Go, 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 go. And whoa. We need to give him an extra one there. We cut him out there, 1 or 2. Right. Lewis. Damn, boy. Right. And now Lewis, now we're going to see the hardest kick. We're going to have a vote. The one hardest kick. Right.
Give it to him, boy.
Come on, Butti.
Go, in.
Yes. Thank goodness that's not me. Right, who's next? Skyla. Skyla, you're in. Right, Skyla is going to the World Champions for Karate, guys, in July. So watch this lady. We're going to be covering it on Babwebanter. It's coming up. Skyla, are you ready?
Sure.
What are we beating? How many? 65. Right. Skyla. 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Come on, Skyla, you can do this.
8,
Do this.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Going to the World Champions.
18, 19, 20,
Happening in Cape Town. Come on, Skyla.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, come on, 28, 29.
And, whoa, give her a round of applause. Catch Skyla, she is going to Cape Town for the World Champs in July. We want to wish her all the best. Right, one good kick. Break him. Woo! Well done.
Which part? It was hard to beat him.
60 seconds.
It was hard to beat him.
Can he be a world champ? Can he be a world champ?
Yeah.
He's going to be a world champ. Lewis, the Porcupine. Right, Matty, my boy. Have you stretched, Matt? No. Babwebanter needs a little bit of medics here tonight. Remember, our presenters' choices happening every single week. So we've got little challenges that are happening. Matty's been great. He's done 2 in a row. You did the bodybuilding last week. You can catch it on Babwebanter on our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Matty, 65. You can do it.
45 and 65. How am I going to be that?
Ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're not kicking a rugby ball, Matt.
9, 10,
Ah, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's doing well. He's doing well.
16, 17.
Come on, Matty.
19, 20, 21.
Come on, Matty. That's like kick your sister.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
He's doing well. He's doing well.
32.
Come on, Matt.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Come on, Matty. Come on, Matty. And stop.
45.
45. Well done.
Right, now I get to leave you.
He's keeping Babwebanter alive, guys. Now comes the weave. Right. Good luck. Right, guys. Thanks for being good sports. We have got a lot of segments coming up. We're covering rugby, soccer, cricket, all coming up on Babwebanter after this. Welcome back to Babwebanter. My name's Robbie Durant, and I'm just going to say very well done to Lewis. 65 kicks, brother.
Ah, thank you, man.
Damn.
Thank you.
Well done, Matty, for also playing the game. We've also now filled up our couch. As you can see, there's no more space. Fundi, how's it going? JJ?
Rob, how's it going?
Munashe?
What's going on?
Good, man. Okay, so we're going to be covering a whole lot of sport. Rugby, cricket, maybe we're unpacking quite a bit. JJ, just to start, schoolboy rugby last week was some exciting stuff, a couple of big games.
Yeah, a couple of big games last week. We had Falcon that played at Prince Edward. Got beaten by Prince Edward. They lost.
They played at Falcon.
Did not play at PE.
No, played at Falcon, yeah.
I remember,
sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
I remember Maddie.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah, so PE won that one, 31-10, and then Hellenic and Peterhouse.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, very close.
Well, let me tell you, I was at that game.
68-7.
I was at that game. Very exciting game. Peterhouse is the team that's coming up, guys. Let me tell you, some of their players were absolutely outstanding. You talk about the captain 4-5, the number 6, Macmillan at number 9 was outstanding. Obviously following in Dad's footsteps. Dad was a
Very good scrum off. Was he playing scrum off as well?
Scrum
Yeah,
off as
yeah.
well. And then also their number 13, brilliant individual try.
How did they do at St. John's? Who did they
They
do with
didn't play
that?
at St. John's.
Okay, okay.
There was a couple. I spoke to Dave Kirkman. He did say that there was just issues that they didn't play.
Yeah.
No serious issues. There's no issues between
Well,
schools.
they
or
didn't
whatever.
play last year either.
But I think they were saving themselves. They were kind of keeping themselves under the radar. They've now come out.
Just like us, the Barbarians, we just,
Exactly.
yeah, you never know what's coming.
Exactly. Big games coming up this
Well,
weekend.
speaking about Peterhouse, they've got Limagandi. They're playing Gandhi at Peterhouse this weekend, and that's also for the MCD trials?
And Loma Gundy's coming off a 67-point win.
Yep.
That's going to be some exciting stuff as well. And then other games.
And at St. John's, they tied. They didn't lose, I think. Lamagandi. I don't think.
St. John's, they tied against Falcon.
Yeah, okay.
So let me tell you, this is a team that was coming through last year. And I think we're going to see some big stuff coming from these oaks. St. John's also a big game against
Yeah,
St. George's.
St. John's, Georgia's this weekend, and then we've got Churchill PE.
That's going to be
Another big
big
one
one.
to look out for.
I think St. George's is coming in with a lot of momentum, you know. They just...
You St. George's boy. What? Why? You know what I mean? Jeez.
No, honestly, because they just came from winning CBC 46-10.
And let's be honest, we thought CBC would give them more of a run.
Yeah.
You know,
after
CBC
Maddie
all have
hyped
been
it up.
showing. Yeah, they had been showing pretty well. And then Yeah, well, let's see. After that close loss against St. John's, you're right, they are up and coming, yeah.
Okay, so we've got exciting schoolboy rugby coming up this weekend. We have also got some club rugby, Maddie. Your team and our team playing on Friday night.
Friday night, if anyone's around, please come down to OG's on Friday night, 5:30. We're going to be playing against the Northern Chiefs. OG's had a cracking weekend last weekend. We didn't win a game. So hopefully we can remedy that this weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So if you're there, come down. We'll be practicing some fighting skills against some of the people that come into the... We're throwing you into the crowd, my boy.
Lewis is going to come in at number 8 and just cause absolute...
Yeah, and then we've got a brilliant weekend after that of games all over. So I think it'll be a great weekend for rugby, club rugby around Zim. With the Zim schools, I think we're going to have a cracker.
Matt, the change in mindset with Zim now playing all the games at one venue, it's quite good because now you're starting to get a lot of more support. Guys are coming out to enjoy.
Obviously, it is. But the problem is now we've got too many teams because there are 10 teams in A division and like 10 teams in the B division. So there's not many grounds that can hold us. So that's why we've had to split the B divisions, which kind of sucks. But it's quite nice when it comes down to the finals or whatever. When it comes to OGs, we've got 2 fields. We can host all the matches in one place. And we've got the women. And the women have like 7 teams. So it's brilliant, And it's nice to see the women out there putting their bodies on the line. There was one school last weekend, they beat them like 110-0. And in ladies' games, that's almost unheard of. So, yeah, they really are stepping up.
It's excellent stuff. We've also spoken about the URC, JJ. Stormers into the final next week.
Stormers and Munster, but that's next weekend. This weekend, we've got the European Championship Cup, Glasgow Warriors against Toulon. That's Friday night.
That's going to be a crack.
That's going to be a big one. And then Saturday, we've got Leinster and La Rochelle for the Heineken Cup. So
wow.
2 big
both
finals this
so that
weekend.
Leinster team that lost last weekend was pretty much their B team because is that how it works? Sort of,
between the A and the B team.
So this one this weekend is the one.
Will be the full-on
daddy
A team.
of their full-on team. Yeah. So that's the top log. Hey, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fundi, who's your money on?
Difficult to say, man. Really difficult.
Toulon's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's really
That's
difficult.
French.
Nobody wants the French to win, Rob. Let's not beef them up, eh? Especially coming into the World Cup, the last thing they need is some help.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Watch out for the French in the World Cup, boys.
With some local games as well this week, we've got the Goshoks playing against the Simbas in Kenya. So
that is not going to be easy.
That's going to be a big one for Brendan and the squad.
It's not going to be easy.
So we're talking last week about how close they have been. I mean, they've been knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Maybe preparations this week has been good where they travel now. There's no issues financially, or let's hope they can just travel safely.
Yeah,
because, on these trips, when you're struggling for finances, it becomes a lot more difficult for the team.
And I think we'll get an update tomorrow from JJ. He's going to go meet the guys.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is... check out this clip right now. JJ caught up with Brendan Dawson at the airport just before he left.
Hey guys, my name is JJ and I'm here with Babwebanter at the Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport here in Harare. We've caught up with the Sables coach and the Goshoks coach, Brendan Dawson, who's on his way to Kenya to play against the Simbas this weekend. A big feat for you this weekend, Brendan. What are your thoughts for this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, there's always all these international games, and the teams that are on our board is always going to be a big game for us. And Kenya is no exception. Kenya are a good quality side. Their coach, their coach is a really good coach in Jerome Porcupine. So they're going to come up with with everything that Kenya does.
Yeah. And are you anticipating a full strength Simba squad there?
Oh yeah, no, look, they've got their full squad, and which is really great for us to see. And what's nice about us is where we've developed with this young team, and we've only got 2 of our old players back with us, and the rest are all local based players, and we've developed these young talented players, and it'll be great to see where they go.
Yeah. Exciting times ahead for the Goshoks. A nice trial phase for the youngsters. Any standouts in particular that you're watching this weekend, Brendan?
Yeah, well, look, I think the nice thing about what's happening in this team is they're all gelling together and they're playing really well together. And if I want to say any standouts, you look at obviously still the Hilton Mudarikis, the Taku Musangwini, and we've got some really exciting backs now that have joined us. and that we've developed and gone through with, and we've got some really nice forwards. So it's a real great combination of both. We're a very light side, so we get across the park well, and we work with the widths of the field. So which is really, right up our street in the way we want to play the game.
Good. And any upcoming home games, Brendan, that are coming up?
Yeah, look, so we obviously go away to Kenya today, and then come back, and next weekend we play SWD, Southwestern Districts, next weekend, which is, I think, is the 27th. Yeah. And then on the 10th we play Border up here in Harare. So yeah, we've got two more home fixtures, and the support that we've had in the past, in the last few games, has been amazing, and I think we've really showed the public that we had to play, and we played those three sides and lost to them by sort of 6 points in average, and we've done exceptionally well considering we're playing against three professional teams, and we a bunch of young guys that have come together, and local based players, which I really emphasize and understand that the talent is in our country. If we can just develop the talent in our country, that's exactly what we've tried to do, and the results are proving it.
Yeah. Well, the last two home games we've had have been really close.
Yeah.
I think the loss has been anything from 6 to 8 points, which is really good, especially for a young side like the Goshawks are. Zimbabwe, let's get behind the Goshawks. Next week, Saturday, we have a home game, Harare Sports Club. Harare Sports Club next week, Saturday. 10th of June, Harare Sports Club again against Border Bulldogs. Let's get behind our boys and let's support them. Brendan, all the best with your travels. Hey,
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.
Hey guys, I'm here with the Goshawks captain, Hilton Mudariki. Hilton, your thoughts for this weekend?
Very excited to head back to Kenya. It's been a while. I think the last time we were there was 2019. We were successful, so we're looking forward to the challenge that the weekend presents.
And a pretty young squad that you're taking with you, Hilton.
Very young squad, a lot of new faces, but geez, I've been so impressed with them over the last couple of weeks that we've been together. Some of the boys have really put their hands up, and the future looks really bright for Zimbabwe Rugby.
It does indeed. And Tommy, how do you think we're going to fare against the much, what seems to be a stronger Simba side?
Yeah, no, there will be, but we've been working very hard in the last couple of weeks. We've been prepping for them, doing a bit of our analysis. So we have a certain way that we want to play against them, and I believe that if we execute it, we should come out on top.
And then just lastly, Hilton, your thoughts on the upcoming games? We've got SWD next weekend.
SWD next weekend, here back at home. We're looking forward to it. We love playing at home. I think Zimbabwe Rugby supporters have been starved off rugby in the country. So it'll be awesome, if we can fill out our Sports Club next weekend.
Yeah, and then 10th of June, I think it is, we've got Bulldogs. Confirmed that's a game that was supposed to be played last weekend but got postponed?
Yes, it got postponed. They had some logistic issues that they needed to sort out, so we've just moved the game a little bit later. But also it is a home game, so I'm looking forward to people packing out our Sports Club.
Yeah, so 2 home games coming up at Harare Sports Club. Let's get behind our boys and let's show them our support. Hilton, all the best. Hey,
thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Cheers now.
Right, thanks, JJ. That was excellent. Good work there.
Thanks,
Rob. Mr. Cameraman, Mr. Interviewer, good work.
All sorts, eh? Jack of all trades.
Munashe, soccer, man. Let's break down a little bit of soccer there.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to the Arsenal supporters, eh? You spend the whole season on top. The next thing you just borrow it. Huh? I think you guys should go get jobs at Delta. Eh?
Or maybe they can come play. They must come play for Chicken
Yeah,
Inn.
they can come and play for Chicken Inn with Fundi there.
But this is coming from a Manchester United fan. How are you guys doing in the log, my bud?
No, I mean...
No. How are you doing in the log? How's that
we're
looking?
fourth.
You're fourth.
We're
So
fourth,
you're
yeah.
not first, you're fourth, and you still have the audacity to cuss them.
No,
I
from
think
where
you
we're
guys have
coming
bogged
from.
it enough.
No, from where we're coming from, it's a good season, yeah. Because if you look at us, the past 5 seasons,
Yeah, you suck.
we haven't been playing. Then we have a boost in, couple
You know,
good
at least
players.
Arsenal were at the top. You guys have just been fiddling around in the middle.
At least we're fighting for top 4, eh?
Okay,
That's
tell us
about
what's
all,
happening
boy.
this weekend? What are we cooking?
This weekend we have Newcastle facing Brighton. And Newcastle, they just got in Arab money, you know, so those guys are beating everyone, and now they're top 3. Comparing last season, they were like struggling bottom half of the the log, and now they're coming in, and you know they're top 3. They're a top 3 club just from Norway, you know what I mean? So it just shows that with the league is going, it's now diverse because you have small teams coming up beating big teams. Then you have Man United facing Bournemouth. That's a struggling team, but with our form recently, you can't really call it like a.
You could
like
say that
it's
a bit
straight
louder.
win, you know what I mean? You can't really call it a straight win. Then Liverpool is facing Aston Villa, and Liverpool is like a point behind Man United, and they're also fighting for top 4. So that's quite a big one because Aston Villa just beat Spurs, yeah.
Yep.
Aston Villa just beat Spurs last weekend, so they are in it. So it's quite of
Who are
a
the other
tense
2?
situation.
So who's in 2 and 3? Well, now it's 1. Who's 1?
Man City?
Man City's
Man
one,
City's one.
then Arsenal second, then Newcastle third. Oh, Newcastle's tied with Man United on points.
All right.
Then Liverpool is on 65, Man United, Newcastle 66. So it's quite a big weekend.
Very
coming
big
up,
weekend.
yeah.
Nice and tight at the top.
Fundi, local soccer?
Well, in the local news, when it comes to football, in our Premier League in Zimbabwe, we have Ngezi Platinums topping the charts, and they're number 1 with 17 points. We have Highlanders coming second, tying with Caps United with 16 points. And we have Monica Diamonds playing number 4, and Bulawayo Chiefs number 5. And we have Dynamis down there at number 6.
Sure.
So I think Ngezi Platinums are really bringing the heat, and they'll be playing this weekend with Chicken Inn.
Are they doing so well because of the
money.
investment and the money that's there?
I really think it's really improved the quality of football they're playing. Definitely.
They've got a lovely setup, Rob. They've got a beautiful stadium. They've got everything you can ask for. They've got a massive stadium in Ngezi.
Who's sponsoring them? Who's making it all happen?
I think
Zimplats.
it's in the name.
Zimplats.
Yeah.
Ngezi Platinum.
Well, now we know why finances are so important. I mean,
I
you
agree.
generate, and for example, if you had all the finances, would it be easier for you to get to where you want to go a lot quicker?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to set up a gym right now, but it's always the same story. Finance.
Let's talk about that, Jim, to take kids out of poverty, take kids out of, let's say, get them off the streets. I mean, it must be an aspiration for you to do this and to...
Oh,
to do it.
definitely. And I'm not only aspiring to do it.
You're going to do it.
I've got references. I've done it.
Wow.
So I've got a guy, one of the guys that I train, his name is Tino Tenda. He used to stay there in Epworth, was, hustling, doing that and this and that, getting in trouble. Yeah. He came to me and said, hey, can you please train me? I trained him. Within a year, he got his first Dan black belt because we were training like all day, 4 hours a day. And he became the national champion, won the Korean national championship. And last weekend, I went to Zambia with him and he won. He's been training MMA now for 6 months and he won. Beat someone who's been training for 5 years, has 5 fights, and he beat him.
Well, these are the stories that you don't hear in Zimbabwe about the hardships and how people get the opportunities with nothing. And to me, I just think that's incredible. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, well done indeed.
Well done. Okay, so just quickly as well, we are talking about cricket as well, Maddie. Just highlight the games that are coming up. Pakistan is here.
Yeah, so Pakistan playing against Zim A, but I think Zim A got quite a bit of a scare in the beginning. And obviously we don't have the numbers. Pakistan are really high up, eh? They're very good, and especially in 4-day format. I think Zim are more used to T20s or 1 days, so to go into a 4-day without any real backing, they struggled a bit. So they've put a stronger team forward, more like a Zim team to play. I think it'll be more their training for 5 days. Do you know what I mean? So as much as people say, hey, but that looks more like an actual Zim team, you can't say that because they are training for 5 days. We haven't been in that game for so long. You can't go in and lose by like 500 runs and think it's worthwhile. Why not put the guys forward and let them get used to the idea of the longer format of the game. And so, yeah, there's been a lot of stuff on social media saying, oh, but this looks like the actual Zim team. We don't know what the Zim 5-day team actually looks like, so no one can say that. So let the guys have a chance and let them get used to the longer format. It's a learning curve for everyone, and Pakistan are as good as it gets when it comes to the long game. So I think it's a brilliant chance for them to learn.
Well, I see Zim has now named the team to play against the Pakistan.
Yeah.
Shaheens or whatever it is.
Yeah, so it's basically except Raza.
Except Raza.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, we need it.
Can you imagine when he comes back?
Yeah.
Imagine that. He's going to give these guys a massive boost. He's going to have that confidence. I think we're going to see a massive crowd once again at Sports Club.
And you can't blame them. Like I said, it's a 4-day. It's not 1 day. You can't expect these guys to come out and not learn. They need to play the format. So give them a chance.
Well, I think a good thing as well, maybe to get Dirk Fullen on our show.
Next week, please.
Next week, the GM of Zimbabwe Cricket. And we haven't hooked him yet, but we will hook him. And he's going to be hopefully coming onto our show and just talking about the opportunities that the guys are doing.
Yeah.
Fundi, any other news?
So just on that, continuing with the football, it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen, because the top 2 teams coming second are, like I said before, Highlanders and Caps United, and they're tied for second with 16 points each. And this weekend, we're looking at Caps United having a layoff, and they're just going to be relaxing, while Highlanders are going to be playing with the Cranbourne Bullets at the National Sports Stadium at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
I wonder what the crowd's going to pull it.
27,000 again, boys?
Last one, let's hope so.
I hope so.
27,000 for a Zimbabwe soccer game. I mean,
I honestly, because it's really big. The Dynamis game was really big. And, I mean, Dynamis in itself is down there. It's not even in the top 5.
But they got a following.
But they're knocking. They're knocking on the door. You know, they're really there with 13 points. And it's too close to call it. It's too close to call it. Because if we look at the past 5 games, the team I can really say, honestly, has been doing really well is the Ngezi Platinums, because they've got 4 wins and just 1 draw. Whereas, the traditional Dynamis has 1 loss, 3 draws, and 1 win. So it's a little bit too close to call, but my money's on Ngezi. My money's on Ngezi.
Finals will tell.
Fundi, thanks, brother. Let's just quickly talk about the water polo. The Zimbabwe water polo girls team went across to Egypt. They played their hearts out. They really gave it all. They didn't get wiped out. I mean, they really competed. And let's talk about Dana Bond. She was the top goal scorer in that competition.
Well, she was on. Did she come on our show?
Yeah, she was on the show just before they left.
Yeah.
Top goal scorer in at the World Championships.
Well, that just shows what Zimbabwean talent's got, Rob. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. We've got it in our ranks.
Yeah.
You know.
So to the Zimbabwe water polo team, to Luke Manthe, to Dana especially, well done on your achievement. I know it's a team game.
Well done,
so
Dana.
There we go. Congratulations. That's from a future world champion. Right, guys. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Look after yourself. Good luck, my man. All the best.
I have to say, just before we leave, I mean, the intro song, that's really good. I mean, if you guys have really liked the channel, make sure you do follow it on YouTube. That intro, you should really, press on that like. It's really, really good.
Absolutely.
Babwebanter.
Babwebanter.
Yeah, for sure it is.
We're going to have a Barbie tomorrow, my boy.
Babwebanter.
Yeah.
Well, we are, Jan Ferreira, obviously we are missing him. This was especially for you, Jan, that Maddie put up there, the Busters jersey from 1942. But anyway, right, don't forget to make sure that you follow us on all our social media. Babwebanter. Boys, thank you once again. Have a fantastic evening. Cheers from us.
Babwebanter, Babwebanter.